Hey, what's up guys? Dr. M3 here in the Purple Monte, as you can see. If you're seeing this video for the first time, or my channel for the first time, be sure to subscribe and follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. This channel is about all things automotive, travel motivation, and we have some fun too with reaction videos. And I've been going through my DMs, which has been absolutely blowing up, about the new McLaren BP23. And most of you are like, what the hell is the BP23? Well, it is the new McLaren Speedtail, the new car in the Ultimate Series. And if you know, the cars in the Ultimate Series are the P1, the McLaren Senna, and of course the new Speedtail. So, many of you who follow this channel know that I think the McLaren 720S, although performance is unbelievable, and beyond that, the Senna is also ridiculous, that the styling has been controversial. And frankly, it hasn't grown on me as I thought it would over time, and I still think they're not the best design. In fact, I think the best design recent car has been the 675 LT, and maybe I'll give the 600 LT a little bit of credit here. But like I said, it sort of changed McLaren's design language recently. Having said that, let's talk literally about this new car, the Speedtail. This thing is ridiculous, and of course, in McLaren style, this is designed to be their fastest production car at 186 miles per hour top speed. If you look at the design, it's all about performance. It's all about slipperiness. This is a teardrop. If you look at the design from above, this is the sleekest, most aerodynamic shape in Mother Nature, according to McLaren. So let's talk about this car, because not everyone's going to get these. It's extremely limited production. They're only making 106 of these cars, and delivery is slated to begin around 2020. This car is reminiscent very much of the McLaren F1. No doubt about it. It's a three-seater design. So unlike a lot of your other supercars where you could only take one of your friends with you, with the Speedtail, you can in fact take two friends with you. So it's a three-seater. And it's the ultimate three-seater because the driver sits ahead of both passengers. And this is reminiscent very much of the McLaren F1. And as you know, McLaren made 106 of those F1s. Surprise, surprise, the Speedtail will also have 101 copies at $2.25 million starting price. Of course, you know, you can get MSO and you can go crazy and go nuts. The car is powered by their twin-turboed V8, much like the other cars in the lineup, producing 1,050 brake horsepower. Of course, driven through all the rear wheels. There's also this is a hybrid engine, so much like the P1, they haven't given us all the stats about this configuration, but you can kind of figure out where from the P1 what's its power plant was to where we are now with, people do the stupidest things, I tell you, where we are now with this new platform at 1,050 brake horsepower. They haven't told us all the details, but as I said earlier, the top speed on this car is listed at 186 miles per hour. That is not the fastest production car, it's the fastest accelerating production car, maybe minus the electric cars, but it is still slower, believe it or not, by 11 miles per hour in its top speed, only bested by the Bugatti Chiron. Kind of crazy. The things that I like about this car, let's talk about the things that I really like about this car and I'm excited about this car. One, it is lighter, in fact, than the P1. It's narrower, it's actually slippery. Unlike the other cars that McLaren's recently designed, the 720 and Senna, has design language that's amazing. It just flows. I like the long tail. This reminds me of the F1 long tail, which is what people have been talking about too as well. Very sleek design. It's optimized to literally slip through the air to reduce drag. In fact, you'll notice that even the diffuser is not complicated like the Senna or the P1 or any of the 675 LT. It is just about being slippery. Now, I'm sure McLaren, these things will go through corners like mad because that's what McLaren does. But this car, unlike the Senna, which is all about the track, this car really is all about top speed and just going fast. So what I like about it on the exterior design is how sleek it is, and back to the original McLaren design language in many ways. All the ducts are designed to optimize airflow, and the carbon fiber body, the entire carbon fiber body is amazing. They have a flexible carbon fiber rear spoiler, which is really interesting, that can move up and down, kind of like the Pagani to some extent, except that this is a part of the body. It's one piece of carbon fiber that is flexible, and apparently is designed to increase downforce when necessary and relax into the body of the car to make it amenable to being super slippery. So that is one of the most amazing design features of the new car that I'm excited about. Number two, the rear view mirrors. There's a velocity mode which lowers the car, tightens the suspension, and makes everything just super sleek, all designed to make this thing basically just be as slippery as possible. And so, not surprising, the rear view mirrors, and this car has zero conventional rear view mirrors. The side mirrors, they're gone. It's all by camera that can retract into the body in velocity mode. Again, all designed to make this car super, super slippery. So, as I think about this car and where it fits, I can't help but think that it is going to be crazy, and I honestly can't wait to see one of these in person. Now, let's talk about the elephant in the room. By the way, the interior design, I should talk about that. Center seating, you have the control panel up above that controls your drive modes, your windows, just everything, kind of like the Senna did. But what is also interesting is a 3-seater design. There's some storage in the back for your bespoke luggage, as well as under the seats. Just awesome, awesome stuff. But more importantly, and this is the controversy that's going on around there, is, does this car look like a bunch of other cars from the past? And the answer is, yeah, it looks like the XJ220, which was produced, from 1991 to, I think, 1993. The concept car, if you remember, from the XJ220 was a V12 twin turbo, but the car that actually went in production was a V6 twin turboed. I think it was a 4-liter, a 3.5 liter. I can't remember off the top of my head. But that car had a top speed of about 217 miles per hour. So there is no question that the new McLaren is sort of there, but the same concept, and you can't help but think that what's old is new again, because the designs are striking. Now, people have always said, well, also, doesn't it look like the Koenigsegg Regera? And maybe from the profile view, I could see that, but the front of the Regera is a completely different car. The drivetrain, the powertrain, everything else is just different about the Regera. There are no gears in that car. Just think about it. The Regera has no gears, no moving. That's so radically different. And so the cars are just, you can't really compare. There's also an old Oldsmobile. I'll show you a picture of that. That people are also saying, you know, well, this looks like that Oldsmobile. That's a stretch, guys. Let me shut up here for a minute, because we're just entering a tunnel, and you know, in tunnels, what you do, I gotta put the windows down a little bit here. Anyway, back to the story. So the bottom line is this, is that I like the new McLaren Speedtail. I don't think it's ugly. Lots of people are saying it's ugly. It's just as ugly as the McLaren Senna. I say to that, no, absolutely, positively not no. You can't compare the two. I think that Speedtail is beautiful, it's sleek, it's got all the design elements that are so amazing, and again, I get the Senna, it's a track car, it's a track beast, it's, you know, form over function, but I would take the Speedtail, not that I can afford one, and by the way, 106 copies, they're all spoken for, not surprisingly, they're all gone. We'll probably see it formally at Geneva this coming year, but there you have it, guys. That's my take on the McLaren Speedtail, the BP23. Great looking car, great concept. What do you guys think? I'm curious to hear what you think about it. Do you think it looks like they've copied the Jaguar? Does it copy another looking car? Do you think there is a place for this? I mean, if you like speed and you like performance, how could you not? So comment below, tell me what you think about this car, and if you like me doing more commentaries like this, also give this video a thumbs up. And so thanks again for watching. We'll see you in the next video. Peace.